Guys, and welcome to another edition of our Azure Study series. So this is lab number 8, and this is about managing virtual machines on Azure. So let's take a look at the tasks and also the objective we have for today. So for objectives, we have 7 tasks to accomplish in this lab. For the first objective is to deploy zone resilient Azure virtual machines by using the Azure portal and also using Azure Resource Manager template. Task 2, we're going to configure Azure virtual machines by using virtual machine extensions. For task 3, we will scale compute and storage for Azure virtual machines. For task 4, we will register the Microsoft.Insights and Microsoft.AlertsManagement resource providers. For task 5, we will deploy Zone Resilience Azure Virtual Machine skill set by using Microsoft Portal. For task 6, we configure Azure Virtual Machines skill set by using Virtual Machine extensions. For task 7, we will scale compute and storage for Azure Virtual Machines skill set. So these are the tasks that we have for today. So let's get to it. Let's begin our task number 1. So for task number 1, we're going to deploy Zone Resilient Azure Virtual Machines by using the Azure portal and Azure Resource Management template. So to begin, click on the search option here and search for virtual machine. And then click on add virtual machine, and then just define the settings here. So first thing, select your subscription and then select your resource group or create a new one. So I'm just going to create a new one as AZ104-08-RJ01. And then we give this one a name. So this is going to be AZ104-08-RG VM0. Okay, and then the region. So I'll say this one is East US. For availability option, you select the availability zone and then set this one to be zone 1. For image, I'll leave it as it is. So this will be Windows Server 2019 Data Center Generation 1. For size, I'll leave it as it is. So the size will be the standard SD2 V3. And for the username and password, we're just going to use what is given to us in the lab instructions. So navigate to the lab instructions and select the username, which is student. So this will be under step 3. So student, then you paste it in here, and then I'll use the same password. And I'll paste that in here as well. For the public inbound port, I'll set this to none. For the lances, I'll leave this on check and click on next. We're just going to use a premium SSD, so I'll leave this one as it is, and then click next. So under networking, we're just going to define a new network. So click on create new, and then leave the name as it is, and then change the address scheme. So I'll change it to 80, so 10.80.0.0/16, and for the subnet, this will be subnet 0, and this will be 10.80.0.0/24, and click on OK. Okay, so the NIC network security group, set this one to basic, and for the public inbound port, I'll leave this one as none. Okay, so click on management. For boot diagnostics, select enable with custom storage account, and then under the diagnostic storage account, make sure you have defined a storage account in there. I'll leave it as the default, and then scroll to the bottom under patch orchestration options, set this one to manual and click advanced. Under advanced, I'll leave as it is and then click on review and create. Passed successfully, so click on create. Whilst VM0 is getting created, click on template here and click on deploy. So we're just going to use this template to deploy the VM1. So select your subscription and then select your resource group. So select the same resource group as before, and I'll leave it as the same East US. For the network name, I'll change this. So I'll just clear this away and I'll make this one 1-NIC1. And then for public IP address name here, I'll change this one to 1 because this one is VM1. For machine name, I'll change this to VM1, and for the computer name, I'll also change this one to VM1. For the user details, I'll leave this one as student, and I'll use the same password we have here. So go to the manual and select the same password, and I'll paste the password in here. Make sure the enable hot patching is set to false. And then for the zone, set this one to zone 2. That's it. So review and create. Validation passed successfully. Click on create. So this is the end of task 1. So now for task 2, we're going to deploy Windows Server web server role on the 2 Azure virtual machines we deployed in the previous task using a custom script. So to do this, let's first of all upload the script to a storage account. So let's go to storage and click on the storage account that was created in a previous lab. So click on that, and then under container, click on container, give it a name as scripts, public access level, leave that one as private, and create. Okay, once created, click on the script and let's upload our file. So click on upload, and under the file, click on the folder icon. So to upload, click on all files, labs, and then folder 08. In here you see this option here, AZ104-08-install-IIS. Select that and click open and click upload. Files uploaded successfully. So now to deploy this, we need to go to our VMs to do the deployment. So I'm just going to search for VM virtual machine. So we do this one on VM0. Click on VM0, and then under settings, click on extensions, click on add, and then let's search for custom script extensions. Once you click on custom script extensions, click on create, and now let's upload our file. So click on browse here, and then you should see your storage account. Click on the storage account and click on the script, and upload this file. So select the file and click select, and then click on OK. So this should start the deployment. Right, while this one is deploying, let's search for virtual machines again, and I'll select the VM1. So under VM1, on the left side, search for automations. So under automation, click on export template, and then click on deploy. When you deploy, click on edit template. It's going to add more lines under number 20 here. So to do this, go to the lab instructions again, and under step 17, copy the code, go back to your portal, and then under 19, inside that curly bracket, click and then press enter and then paste. Once you have pasted this, just click on save and then click on review and create. Okay, validation passed successfully, then click on create. Okay, to monitor this, we can go back to the virtual machines and check under extension. So let's first of all check on VM0. So under extension, okay, the custom script was uploaded successfully. Now let's check on virtual machine 1. Okay, so here we have it. We got the custom script installed successfully. So just to check that it's working fine, let's go back to the VM0, and then under operation tab, click on run command, click on run PowerShell script, and let's run this command: invoke web request space manage URI http://10.80.0.4 space minus use basic spacing, and that's it, and click on run. All right, there you have it. So it got connected successfully. So the service is running. So we can run the same command on the VM1. So let's copy this command here. So the IP address here is the IP address for VM0. So to find that out, I've copied this command. Let's click on overview. And there you have it. That's the IP address for this VM0. So let's run the same command on VM1. So let's navigate back to the VMs and then click on VM1, and then under the operations, select run command, click on run PowerShell script, and paste the command in and click run. Here we have it. So VM1 can also connect to VM0 web server. This completes task number 2. 3. So in this task, we will scale compute for Azure virtual machines by changing their size and scale their storage by attaching and configuring their data disk. So to begin, let's first of all type in virtual machine. select virtual machines here. We're going to start with VM0. So click on VM0 and then click on size. So on the size, we're just going to change it from D2 V3 to D1 V2. So select D1 V2 and then click on resize. So bear in mind that this will reboot the device once you click on it, as you can see at the top here. So click on resize. Okay, so the resize is done successfully. The next thing is we're going to increase or add a data disk. So click on disk here, and then under data disk, click on create and attach a new disk. All right, so let's give this a name. So just going to be AZ104-08 data this -0, and this will be SSD, so we'll leave it as it is. And for the size, this is going to be 1024. Okay, that should do it. And add another one, so click on add and attach a new disk again, and this will be AZ104-08 data this -1. Okay, so likewise we'll give this one 1024, and that's it. So click on save. So this will take a while to complete. So essentially it's done successfully. So let's go to run command under operations. Click on run PowerShell script and go to the lab instructions and go to task number 3. Under step 9, copy the code here, go back to your portal and then paste it in here and click on run. Okay, so here we have this. So now let's go to virtual machine and click on VM1. Scroll down to automations and click on export template. Click on deploy and click on edit template. Okay, so what we're going to do is just going to make some changes. So I think we will make the changes on line 30. So on line 30, we're just going to change the VM size using this template. So the previous session we did it through the disk plate, but this one we're just going to change it using the template here. So to do so, we can change this one from standard D2S to DS1. So all I can do is that I can just simply change it from here just to make sure we're using the right information. Let's go to the lab instructions and copy it from here. So click on copy, so that'll be step 14. Once you copy that, go to your portal and then replace this line. Okay, so that is done. Now let's save it. Okay, before we save, let's go back. So click on edit template again and let's go to line 50. So for line 50, we're going to replace the content here with the information we have on the lab instructions. So go back to lab instructions. Lab instructions under step 15, copy the code here, go back to your portal and then replace this with the code we copied. Okay, so that's about it. So click on save and click on review and create. Validation passed successfully, then click on create. Okay, so the resource has been deployed successfully. So let's go to the resource here, and now let's create the drive. So to create the drive, let's go to the virtual machine, click on VM1, scroll down to the operations and click on run command, and click on run PowerShell script. And let's go to the manual again, the lab instructions, and let's scroll down here and copy code under step 18. So copy the code and this will create the drive. So let's copy the code, go back to our portal and paste the code in here and click on run. Okay, so this completes our lab number 3. So for lab number 4, we're going to register Microsoft.Insights and Microsoft.AlertsManagement. We're just going to do this one in PowerShell. So click on this icon here and make sure you select PowerShell. Once you select PowerShell, it should take a moment to connect. Okay, here we go. So once connected, let's go back to our lab instructions, and then under task 4, under step 3, you see this code to register the Microsoft Insight and also Microsoft Alert Management. You can copy the code and then run the command. So I'll copy the first code, or you can copy all of them and run it at the same time. That should do. So I'm just going to copy the whole thing and paste it here. Okay, the first one is run successfully, and then click enter to run the second command. And there you have it. So this is a very short lab. So this complete our task number 4. For task 5, we're going to deploy Azure Virtual Machine skill set across availability zone by using the Azure portal. So to start, let's first of all search for the virtual machine skill set. So if you type in VM SSS, it should come up with virtual machine skill set, and click on add. And then fill in the details. So just as always, select your subscription and then define your resource. So just going to name this resource groups are AZ104-08-RG02. Now click OK. Now give the virtual machine skill set a name. So I'll name this one AZ104-08- now actually I'll just make it 04 VMSS 0. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, I think I should add the 08 here. Okay, and I'll deploy this one in East US as well. Okay, for the availability zone, I will drop this down and select 1, 2, and then 3. For the image, I'll leave it as this. So we're just going to use the Windows Server 2019. And the size, I'll leave the size as it is. And for here, I'm just going to go back to the lab instructions and pick the login details there. So under task 5, scroll down and select student, paste it under the username and then the password. Paste it here and there. Okay, that's it. The license, I'll leave that one as blank and I'll click on next. For the disk, I'll accept the default, so click on next. For the network, we're just going to create a new network, so click on create virtual network. And for the address scheme, let's change this one to 82. So 10.82.0.0/16 and subnet 0. And this will be 10.82.0.0/24. Okay, and then click OK here. Under the interface, the network interface, click on this pencil icon. Under the NIC network security group, select advanced and click on create new, and let's add an inbound rule. So click on add an inbound rule here, and this will be port 80. So under the service, select HTTP and change the name here. So for this one, I'll just name it custom-allow-http. Okay, so I think that should do it. So click on add. Okay, so that's added successfully, and click on OK. So that under the public IP address, enable that. Click on OK. Under the load balancing session, click on use a load balancer and click on next scaling. On the scaling, the initial instance count, leave that one as 2, and for the scaling policy, set this to manual and then click on next management. Under management, the boot diagnostics, set that one to enable with custom storage account and make sure a storage account is defined here. Click on next. Okay, so I'm not going to make any changes here, so I'm just going to click on advanced. Under the spreading, make sure the fixed spreading is selected and then click on review and create. Okay, validation passed successfully, then click on create. Okay, so for task number 6, we're going to install web server role on the instances of the virtual machine skill set we created in a previous task by using a custom script. So to do this, let's first of all go to our storage account and click on the storage account we created. So this one here, and click on containers. Actually, this is not the one, so let's go back to our storage. I believe it's this one here, so click on that and click on containers and click on container here and then give it a name. So this will be scripts. Leave the public access level to private and click on create. Once the script is created successfully, click on that and upload the script. So click on upload here and under files, click on the folder icon on the right and go to the lab number 8 files and click on the AZ104-08-install ISS and click open, and then click on upload. So upload successful. So now let's go to our virtual machine skill set. So VMSS and click on virtual machine skill sets and click on our skill set right here. And now let's look for the extension under the blade. So extensions here, click on add and then search for the custom script extension and click on create. Search for the file we just uploaded, so I believe it's this one here. So click on the object, click on extension and select, and then click on OK. Installation was done successfully. So now let's click on the instances here and then select the 2 running instances. Make sure you check them up. Once all selected, click on upgrade and click on yes. Okay, so the upgrade was done successfully. So now let's go to load balancer. Click on the load balancer object here and let's copy the public IP address. Open a new tab and paste the address in there. Here we go. So our web server is running successfully. So this completes task number 6.